All right, let's get into the Friday feed bag, aka Friday feedback. You can email info@davidpakman.com. Sometimes we will highlight for your viewing and listening pleasure or displeasure a Facebook message that we receive or a YouTube comment that we spot, or could really come from anywhere. Yeah, let's just get right into it. First message today came from Cheryl via Facebook's. Cheryl says, "Hi, your sir are an idiot. When told by our auto reply that I'm unable to reply to every message individually, Cheryl added, yes, tell him to get his facts right. We here in Florida love our governor and the job he's doing. So pull your head out of your ass and get someone else besides Ruth, left-wing nut, to rebut her." I don't have the slightest idea what Cheryl is talking about. And interestingly, we get a ton of messages like this, and it really is unclear to me. Like, I know that it's not that these folks aren't native English speakers. I know that that's not the case. Sometimes out of morbid curiosity, we will look and it'll be like, oh no, Cheryl was born in, Jupiter, Florida or something like that, and is a native English speaker. So are these typing problems? Are these voice to text issues? Why is it that the emails and messages I get from right-wingers are so overwhelmingly disastrous when it comes to syntax and format and everything? I don't know. Vivian Calaxilos says, I dare David Pakman to have an intellectual conversation live stream with Russell Brand and see how he holds up. Maybe a little humbling would do him some good, but only big, brave people rise up to a challenge like this, so it won't happen. I want to explain to Vivian and others a little something, okay? I get emails all the time saying, well, if you think Russell Brand is so wrong about stuff, have him on your show. If you think Ben Shapiro is wrong, have him on your show. You won't because you're scared. We invite all of these people. It is they who don't want to be on. Now, in their defense, maybe my show is too small potatoes or small bananas for them. Fine. But it is not because I'm scared that they aren't on this show. It's because they don't respond to our requests to be on. Russell Brand is welcome anytime. And Vivian, it's not because of me that he's not here. It's because he doesn't want to do it, which is his right. I don't think I have a right to debate Russell Brand the way some of these right-wingers say. But Russell's welcome anytime. The anti-trans rhetoric is very strong among the right-wing elements of our audience right now. Christopher put on YouTube, quote, so talking about my daughter, I guess, if you want your daughter to have to use the same bathroom as a 6'3" bearded, muscular man, more power to you. The rest of us will make sure to protect our daughters, wives, mothers, and other biological women in our lives. When I see something like this, I really wonder, is Christopher really a dad? Where my mind really goes to is to that, because I have to tell you, I know so many people who have daughters, myself included, and the trans bathroom issue quite literally never enters my mind. Now, I understand. Right now, my daughter's 2 feet tall. She can't even walk. So the idea that she's going to end up in a bathroom by herself or whatever, I get that it's not an issue. But even when I think about the next 5 years, the next 10 years, and the things that, going to school and travel and camp and all these different things, the trans bathroom issue doesn't even enter my mind as an issue. So it makes me question, what's going on in Christopher's life that this is really what he's thinking about? Or is it all made up? Does Christopher not really have a daughter? Cuba, I guess, CRT, Marxism, trans stuff. Cuba says, he was right. It's taught. My daughter is in middle school in California, and I've seen her homework assignments. When I was in high school, I had quite a few Marxist teachers. This is America. We believe in capitalism and free market. If you don't like it, move to Cuba. Ask any Cuban American why their family left, and they'll tell you the horrors of socialism. Listen, I'm the wrong guy to make this argument too. I have never been a defender of the Castro regime. I wanted normalization of relations with Cuba because the embargo was hypocritical. It was a double standard, and I try to avoid absurd double standards. But that was for the benefit of the Cuban people. It was not because I am a defender of the Castro regime. So I am very well aware that there is this overreaction among many Cuban Americans. Cuban Americans are one of the few groups of Hispanic Americans that regularly vote for Republicans. And part of it is because of their aversion to Cuba and the Castro regime. They see even like food stamps as socialism or Marxism, which of course it's not. So I'm the wrong guy to do the go back to Cuba thing too. By the way, I've never been to Cuba anyway, but I would be interested in visiting. User One Who Sleeps Not posted on Reddit, and this is an interesting topic. Is David putting too much emphasis on Ron DeSantis's lack of charisma? Pakman has frequently referred to DeSantis's abysmal lack of charisma and pointed out that he certainly doesn't seem to have the same energy Trump had in 2016. Seems true enough, but I wonder if it really matters. Art depicting of Trump often slims him down to a ridiculous degree. His stream of consciousness bellyaching at rallies has been hailed as some of the greatest speeches of all times by his followers. His extensive and obvious political failures have been recast as Machiavellian 4D chess moves to trip up and ensnare his enemies. Evangelical preachers have praised this lecher and thief as a true man of God or the tool by which God will restore the country to greatness. I don't think DeSantis's lack of charisma will matter one bit. People see what they want to see, and I don't doubt their memes and leaders will help them see DeSantis in an implausibly good light. I don't think so. And here's why. The reason that everything Trump does is seen as a great thing by Trump's followers is that many of Trump's followers are people who never followed the political system, and many of them never even voted until Trump arrived on the political scene. They are a different sort of voter. And the DeSantis voter, as I currently understand the DeSantis voter to be, is someone who is more engaged with politics and is a little more connected to reality than the average Trump voter and wants something different than Trump. So my opinion right now, and this could change, is that the average DeSantis supporter or potential DeSantis supporter would be much more influenced by the reality of DeSantis and would be less willing to recast every aspect of DeSantis as a positive trait the way that Trump supporters are. Because fundamentally, Trump supporters and non-MAGA Republicans are very different groups. I want to hear from you on that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my perspective is wrong. Demon King commented on YouTube, as a trans woman, I just don't feel safe anymore. Living in a less than progressive state is taxing. It's a shame that I have to carry defense items just to feel safe. Thank you, David, for always reporting the truth as you always do. They will not stop until they have something else to grift to. History is unkind to anyone who chooses to try to suppress anyone's rights. Well, you know, I am reminded of Arnold Schwarzenegger's recent 12-minute video that he did last week or the week before. And he says in it, the people who try to deny others' rights, they end up being losers in history. And he talks about his own Nazi sympathizing father. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Check out the video if you haven't seen it. And so I do maintain hope. And quite frankly, I do think it's likely that the anti-trans people will end up losers. I mean, listen, the anti-gay people have basically ended up losers. Gay marriage is now legal nationally. It's more acceptable culturally than at any point in American history of the modern political era. So the anti-gay people are increasingly losers. They're both losers legislatively and they're just losers. When you know, at this point, it is far more common that if someone just casually uses the F word to refer to gay people, most of the people around them are going to look at them like, what are you talking about? Why are you using that word? So the anti-gay people are increasingly losers. My hope is that Arnold is correct and that the anti-trans people also will end up being losers and history will be unkind to them. But the concern is in the short term, they can really make a lot of people's lives very miserable. And that is what I want to prevent. But very good and sad comment there. William commented about my practice of removing the free Bibles left in hotel rooms from hotel rooms when I travel. William said, David, I understand. You have a right to remove a Bible from your hotel room. But I'm curious why. If it's in a drawer, I think he means drawer. If it's in a drawer out of sight, how is it offensive? Well, I never said it was offensive. I understand you are of Jewish faith. Are you not allowed by your faith to have the Bible in your personal space? It is not a question of what Judaism allows me to do. I'm not even a religious person. Here's the way I see it. When I rent a hotel room or stay in a hotel room, I am looking to stay in a room that provides me a comfortable bed, maybe free coffee, a TV, Wi-Fi, a clean and comfortable bathroom, a quiet room far from the elevator so I can get a good night's sleep, whatever. I am not looking for, nor do I consider it something that is appropriate to provide me a hotel room that is all those things, plus it provides Christian reading materials. First of all, why? Why Christian reading materials? Why not some other? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not looking for a hotel room that is all of the things I mentioned and gives me Christian reading material. So what I do, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not looking to have anybody arrested. I'm not looking to have anybody insulted. I just put that free Bible left by the Gideons out in the hallway or in the recycling bin. I'm not offended. It's not that I'm not allowed. It's just I'm not looking to stay in rooms that have been pre-populated with the allegedly sacred texts of one of 1,000 religions. It's just not what I'm looking for. So I just do my quiet thing and I go, okay, I'll just take that out. The towels I want, the free soaps I'm looking for, a nice conditioner to try to get my hair under control. Great. But the Bible is just not part of what I'm looking for in a hotel room. So if I happen to see it, I don't go looking for it. If I happen to see it, I just put it out in the hallway like a room service tray. A couple people wrote to me and were offended. Many people wrote to me and said they do the same thing. One person canceled their paid subscription. I'm not going to hide from you that that's something I do if I remember. And I'll be honest, many times I stay in a hotel one night for some work thing. I don't even come across the Bible. I don't even check. It was probably there. It's no big deal. It's just not a big deal. Everybody remain calm, please. We have a great bonus show for you today. Sign up at joinpakman.com. Replace the guy who canceled his membership because I put the Bible in the hallway, and you can use the coupon code 24 starts now to get yourself a discount.